Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today it's time to start our Sierra Nevada series. That's right, you may have seen a video I posted a few days ago about receiving a delivery from Beer Hop full of Sierra Nevada goodies. This was one of them, and I've decided it just makes sense. Let's do a full series on that entire box, start to finish. I'm going to say no interruptions. There might be one or two special videos spliced in between, but all generic beer reviews from now until we can finish that box are going to be Sierra Nevada, and this is the first one. It's the California IPA. How did I decide what was coming first? Well, I thought about it, and then I thought about it some more, and then I realised that the most sensible way to do this was let's start at the lowest ABV beer and just work our way up. So these first few videos will probably be quite sensical, and by the time we get to the 10+ percenters towards the end, it's only over 10. They're very close to 10 if they're not over 10. Yeah, by the time we get to those, the videos will probably be starting to make a lot less sense, and everything will be a lot more shaky. But hey, so yeah, we're starting with this Sierra Nevada California IPA. It says on it that it is a citrus and sessionable ale. California obviously is on the west coast of the USA, so this in theory is a west coast IPA. It's only 4.2%, which is a bit surprising given that, well, Sierra Nevada kind of one of the traditional, I'd say, IPA guys, and well, 4.2% isn't traditionally an IPA. Maybe it's meant to be a session IPA in that West Coast California IPA style. Starts to get a bit convoluted, doesn't it? But anyway, it's an IPA, California style IPA, and given the ABV, it is a session IPA as well. So I don't know much more about it. I'll give you a look at the can and then we'll break right into it. I use one of my favourite tulip glasses, but these cans are bigger than the European UK standard 330s. It's a 355. I assume that's a particular number of ounces, which is why, but will it fit in this glass? I'm not really sure. Oh, I'm getting citrusy pine notes straight away. There is a bit left in the can. Once that head subsides a touch, we might be able to get it all in, but nice thick white head, but it's quite big bubbles, so it's probably going to dissipate. It's nearly hazy. It's got there's a touch of opaqueness about it, but despite that, it still feels like it's got a lot of clarity. It's only kind of right in the middle where you start to go, oh yeah, it's got a bit of something to it, otherwise you'd say it's almost clear. But right, aromas. Very typical West Coast. Lemon, grapefruit, citrus. Maybe a bit of orange peel in there, and then some big piney hits as well. It is that de facto default West Coast IPA bag, and it smells really appetizing, to be honest. That head is now started to settle a bit, and the bubbles have closed up, and I think that might stick around actually. It's a really appetizing looking beer, that. Right, let's get the rest poured in. Does that haze us up anymore? No, not really. That's pretty much as it was. Now it's just a perfectly full glass. I think we could learn a thing or two about these can sizes, and why do we need 330s when you could go just a little bit bigger. I don't have a great deal else to say about the aroma. Let's get into it. Cheers. That's good. That's really good. I'm a bit fickle with well, all IPAs, but particularly West Coast IPAs. Sometimes the bitterness is a bit too much, sometimes the pineness is too much. Like, they need to be balanced really well to pull it off, and that has done it. That's really refreshing. Not too drying at all. It's hoppy, but not in your face. And some serious woody pine in there, but again, not in your face. Wow, that's all other session IPAs, I think, can take note from this one. That is probably good. I do think this one is quite readily available here in the UK. I ordered these from from Beer Hop, who are an American craft beer import specialist. And I did get that from them, but I'm sure I've seen this hanging around occasionally, kind of in a few more places. But right, end-to-end tasting notes. Initially, it's actually sweet rather than bitter across the front of the tongue, and then you get a bit of a teaser of the juiciness. There's a bit of juice in there. It's not, obviously the East Coast is more associated with those kind of big juice bomb hits, but you just get some sweeter pineapple, sweeter lemon, citrus, grapefruit blend. following that, and then that typical dry bitterness creeps in over the middle of the tongue, but it's fractional on this. It hangs around for only like half a second, if that, and at the end of that it releases all of those piney notes. It's nice, refreshing, seriously alpine forward, and then it almost starts to repeat itself. It goes a bit sweet, a bit bitter, a bit fruity. It almost goes back on itself, but you don't get the pine aftertaste. It ends on that just nice, slightly bitter, but also a bit sweet citrus fruit, and yeah, that is truly delicious. Right, let's take a look at the can. So, Sierra Nevada California IPA, citrusy and sessionable ale. They've got that down to a T. This would be a great session beer, as intended, I suspect. Sierra Nevada Brewing Co., born in Chico, California, brewed in Mills River, NC, that's their North Carolina brewery, I think, USA. Which is interesting that their California IPA is brewed on the other side of the country, but hey, I'm not complaining, they're doing it right. This American craft beer is best stored cold and enjoyed when fresh, store and serve chilled. Date on this, because there's always a bit of a concern about import beer and the dates. 18th of September, this is a use by date, 18th September this year. So what's that, 5 months away? So it's a bit over half a year old, this. But that's fine. I mean, it's perfectly good. It's perfectly good. Maybe the hops would be a bit more characterful if you had it fresher, but to be honest, that overly hoppiness is not my favourite bit of it, so I'm very happy with this. Just best before, see bottom of can, already done that. It says the same thing in quite a few different languages. Contains malted barley, it says that in quite a few languages. And that's it. That is all the information. Family owned, operated and argued over. They put that on every one of their products, I think, and I really like that. Still a family business. One of the biggest, certainly one of the biggest craft breweries in the US. I don't know how they stack up against the big boys, but yeah, really good stuff, and still family owned and operated, which is great to see. Let's see if this has changed at all. Getting a bit sweeter on the nose. Maybe a little bit of sweet maltiness coming through, but very minimal. Ever so slightly biscuity, starting to remind me of a kind of that, you know, lemon cheesecake vibe. I mean, it's really low down. Don't go into this expecting to taste lemon cheesecake. It's not really, but it's just got a bit of that hint right at the back. There's a creaminess again, which is, I think, contributing to that idea of the lemon cheesecake. I've said it about a couple of beers before. This has that characteristic, and I suspect those other beers were probably influenced by this one, if I'm honest. Yeah, lemon sherbet sweets, that kind of... There's a distinct sweetness to it, but also, you know, it's got a serious lemon, grapefruit, bitter punch. That's interesting. I just took a couple of bigger mouthfuls, and this is something I need to start trying to do when I'm doing beer reviews, because this is not the first time I've come across it, where you taste the beer almost a bit gingerly to ensure that you're getting all of the tasting notes out of it. And then actually, if you just took a big swig and swallowed it without thinking about it, the experience is quite different. It's very much more grapefruit forward in when I do that. It's less bitter, it's possibly a touch sweeter, but the grapefruit becomes dominant at that point. That's really interesting. I'll try for a kind of a small tasting sip again. Wildly different if you, just depending on kind of the volume and the speed at which you drink it. If you pay attention to it and go it slow, you get all of those much more piney and lemon based notes, and then yeah, a big swig is all kind of super grapefruit forward. That's really weird. Bit of malt character now coming out in the taste as well. It wasn't quite there before. Maybe it's just because I'm getting towards the bottom of the glass, but yeah, that's a really good beer. I've started on a good one. I think the one coming up tomorrow or next is the Kellerweiss, the wheat beer, the Bavarian-inspired wheat beer. If you can hear a tune, I do apologise. There is an ice cream van driving down this road at the minute with lots of nice tunes on, which I'm sure is great for everyone except for me trying to film. So apologies if you can hear that. But yeah, I think that's it from me. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it if you haven't already subscribed, if you will be so kind, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.